Hello everyone, I wanted to give you some guidance on the payroll register and how we fill this out. So for this example, I'm going to use problem 7-3A on page 359 in your text. Along with that, we'll be using the withholding table on page 331 and 332 to calculate our withholding. The first thing that we have to do when we look at our payroll register is to enter the current hours worked by each of our employees. So if we look at page 359, we can tally each of our employees and their hours. So for our first employee, we're going to enter 42 hours as that's what they've worked, and we're going to go down the line, noting that our hours are 40 and over, overtime being paid at any hour over 40. It is paid at time and a half. So we have several here that we have to handle overtime pay for. The next step that we have to do before we can calculate our current earnings is to enter our cumulative earnings for each employee. Okay? We do this because we need to ensure that we are following the guidelines for our cap on many deductions. Our unemployment, for example, is only taxed at the first $7,000. Our Social Security is capped at the amount of $113,700. So we need to make sure that we're not taxing our employees beyond those ceilings. So our next area here is regular and overtime and a total. So we're going to input our regular pay for the hours worked and our overtime. So this employee has worked 40 hours at $21.30. Okay, so we have 40 hours times $21.30. For all of you, let Excel do the work, okay? So then we're going to calculate our overtime pay. And as you can see, when you hover in this box, it's telling you that enter a formula, okay, that is hourly rate times 1.5, and then how many hours, okay? So we have 2130 times 1.5 times 2 hours. So our overtime pay is $63.90. Our total column is adding up our current pay of $915.90. What is nice about this sheet I want to show you is that if I enter $70 here and hit enter, you see that this red asterisk appears. That is indicating to you that that number is incorrect. So you need to go back and fix your answer, okay? So the Excel sheet will sum up your regular and overtime to contribute to your total earnings. So then we have our cumulative earnings at this point. So that is going to be our current pay of $915.90 plus the earnings prior to this pay period. Okay. Again, I just put a formula in there. This taxable earnings area is where we're going to indicate how much of this $915.90 is taxable in the current pay period. Again, noting that our unemployment is capped at $7,000. Our cumulative earnings before this pay were $43,627, so there is no taxable amount of the $915.90 for unemployment. For Social Security, our cap is $113,700. This employee is well below that threshold, so the entire pay of $915.90 is taxable. So in this area, remember, you're putting in the amount of the pay that's taxable. Our next columns after this will be indicating the specific amount of those taxes. And again with our Medicare does not have a limit. All taxable wages are taxed for Medicare. The federal income tax column, you'll go to your tables. This employee has 2 allowances. So when you look up their $915.90 pay, you will determine that $74 is taxable for federal income tax. So these I had already put in some formulas, but we'll look at this again. So my Social Security tax is 6.2%. So I am going to let Excel do the work, and I'm going to multiply my $915.90 gross earnings times my 6.2% to indicate that the tax due on this is $56.79. I will do the same thing for my Medicare, again basing it on this $915.90 times my 1.45%, giving me a total Medicare deduction of $13.27. Excel will add that up for a total deduction for this pay period of $144.07. So my net pay will be determined by taking my $915.90 and subtracting the $144.07, giving the employee a net pay of $771.83. You will move through all of these then. My next video will be focused on this employee, Garen, who made $112,800 prior, because we are at a ceiling for Social Security.